Imagine getting behind the wheel and driving for hours on end, witnessing nothing but empty land stretching out in every direction. No signs of human habitation, no bustling towns, just the profound and echoing silence of uninhabited space. This begs a fundamental question. Why are entire states across the vast expanse of America becoming practically abandoned? The reasons behind this demographic shift are often more intricate and sometimes more unsettling than one might initially assume. Wyoming. Kicking off our list at number 10 is Wyoming, a state that epitomizes the concept of wide open spaces. Picture this, living in a place where your closest neighbor resides miles away. While this might initially conjure romantic notions of peaceful solitude and escape from the hustle and bustle of modern life, in Wyoming, this profound isolation comes at a tangible cost. Despite its undeniably breathtaking landscapes, characterized by majestic mountain ranges and seemingly endless vistas, Wyoming holds the distinct title of being the least populated state in the entire United States. With just over 580,000 residents scattered across a landmass that is actually larger than the entire United Kingdom, the question naturally arises, why? The answer is a confluence of factors, primarily revolving around limited job opportunities, harsh and unforgiving weather conditions, and a significant degree of geographical remoteness. While Wyoming boasts the allure of low taxes and an abundance of undeveloped land, securing stable and fulfilling employment can be a considerable challenge. The state's economy is heavily reliant on industries such as coal mining, oil and gas extraction, all sectors that have experienced significant downturns and fluctuations in recent years. Vermont. You might be surprised to learn which state has been experiencing a quiet but steady decline in its population for years. Vermont, renowned for its picturesque scenery, its production of high-quality maple syrup, and its collection of cozy small towns, would seemingly be a desirable place to live. So why are people choosing to leave? For starters, Vermont carries a significant price tag. The cost of living ranks among the highest in the nation, characterized by elevated property taxes and limited job opportunities. Unless one has the ability to work remotely or inherits an established business, finding sustainable and well-paying employment in Vermont can be a difficult undertaking. Then there's the formidable winter. Vermont receives some of the heaviest snowfall in the United States, and temperatures often remain below freezing for months on end. Imagine enduring seemingly endless snowstorms, navigating treacherous icy roads, and living through long, dark winters. North Dakota. Can you guess which state boasts a higher population of cows than people? That's correct, North Dakota. Characterized by its expansive open land, seemingly endless skies, and some of the lowest crime rates in the United States, one might wonder why it is so sparsely populated. A primary reason is the brutal weather. North Dakota is consistently ranked among the coldest states in America, with winter temperatures known to plummet as low as -60 degrees Fahrenheit. Snowstorms can bury entire towns under thick blankets of snow, and the biting wind chill can cause frostbite in mere minutes. Adding to the climatic challenges is the state's significant isolation. Even its largest city, Fargo, has a population of just over 130,000 people. Beyond a few small urban centers, one can drive for miles and encounter nothing but empty landscapes. While this might appeal to those seeking peace and quiet, for most it translates to a profound sense of loneliness and detachment. Regarding employment, while an oil boom once attracted a surge of people to the state, this industry has since slowed down considerably, resulting in fewer job opportunities.
Montana. Can you imagine a state so vast that it could encompass the combined land areas of Virginia, South Carolina, and Pennsylvania, yet is home to barely 1 million people? That's Montana. With its awe-inspiring mountains, seemingly endless plains, and some of the most spectacular national parks in the country, one might logically assume that more people would desire to live there. However, the reality is that most people don't even seriously consider it. One primary reason is Montana's extreme remoteness. While those who cherish peace and quiet will certainly find it here, they might find themselves with an overwhelming abundance of it. Some small towns are so geographically isolated that the nearest hospital, grocery store, or gas station can be hours away. And if your vehicle breaks down in the middle of nowhere, obtaining assistance can be a significant ordeal. Then there's the brutal weather. Winters in Montana are relentless, characterized by severe blizzards, sub-zero temperatures that can last for extended periods, and roads frequently covered in treacherous ice for months on end. Imagine stepping outside and instantly feeling your eyelashes begin to freeze. That's a common experience in Montana for a significant portion of the year. Snow can accumulate to such extreme depths that some residents have to dig tunnels simply to exit their homes. And once the ice finally melts, the threat of spring floods emerges. Even the summer months are not entirely without peril, as wildfires are a major concern, often turning the sky an eerie orange and filling the air with smoke for weeks at a time. If these environmental challenges weren't enough, grizzly bears are not just a figment of folklore. They roam freely throughout the state. West Virginia. It's almost unbelievable which state has experienced a more significant population loss than nearly any other in the United States. West Virginia, once a thriving hub of coal mining, has been steadily emptying out for decades, and the underlying reasons are difficult to ignore. Foremost among these is the collapse of the job market. Coal mining, which once formed the very backbone of West Virginia's economy, is now a rapidly declining industry, and thousands upon thousands of jobs have vanished, leaving behind struggling towns and a landscape dotted with abandoned homes. Without strong and diverse industries to replace the once dominant coal sector, many residents have been left with no viable alternative but to leave the state in search of employment elsewhere. Compounding the economic woes is the persistent issue of poverty. West Virginia consistently ranks among the states with the highest poverty rates in the nation. The economy has never fully recovered from the decline of coal, and a significant portion of the population lives paycheck to paycheck, with limited opportunities for upward mobility. The state's unique geography also presents significant challenges. While the Appalachian Mountains offer stunning vistas, they also create a nightmare for infrastructure development. Nebraska. Can you guess which state is so flat and so quiet that even its own residents sometimes jokingly refer to it as the middle of nowhere? That's Nebraska. Characterized by its vast open fields, its numerous small towns, and a population known for its exceptional friendliness, it might initially sound like an idyllic place to settle down. However, the truth is that most people don't even seriously consider it as a place to live. One primary reason is that Nebraska is widely perceived as one of the least exciting states in the country. It lacks the dramatic landscapes of mountains or coastlines, and it has no major tourist attractions to draw visitors or potential residents. Driving through Nebraska often involves mile after mile of seemingly endless cornfields, with only a handful of cities to break the monotony. While this tranquility might appeal to those seeking a peaceful, small-town existence, for younger generations looking for diverse entertainment options and dynamic career opportunities, it often feels like a dead end. Adding to the lack of appeal is the state's extreme weather patterns. Alaska. You might be astonished to learn just how many people move to Alaska with high hopes, only to leave within a few short years. The state is undeniably breathtaking, boasting majestic mountains, pristine wilderness areas, and more opportunities for adventure than perhaps anywhere else in the United States. So, why do people keep leaving? The primary reason is the brutal and unforgiving cold of winter. In Alaska, winter isn't just chilly, it's often inhumanely cold. Temperatures can plummet to minus 50 degrees Fahrenheit and even lower, and in certain parts of the state, the sun disappears entirely for months on end. Imagine waking up in complete darkness at noon. That is a stark reality for many Alaskans during the winter months. Adding to the climatic challenges is the profound sense of isolation. Alaska is a vast state, but its population is incredibly sparse. Many towns and villages are only accessible by airplane or boat, and even the major cities like Anchorage and Fairbanks are still hundreds of miles away from other significant population centers. Kansas lies right in the heart of America, yet it often feels completely overlooked and forgotten. Is it simply too boring, too rural, or too geographically isolated to attract and retain a significant population? Let's find out. Can you guess which state is so often overlooked that even some Americans occasionally forget it exists? That's Kansas, situated smack dab in the middle of the country. This state offers an abundance of land, friendly communities, and a rich agricultural history, yet surprisingly few people actively choose to live there. Why? One fundamental reason is that Kansas is primarily known for one dominant characteristic, its flatness. Lacking significant mountain ranges, coastal areas, or major tourist attractions, the state lacks the kind of natural features that often draw people to a particular location. Driving through Kansas often involves mile after mile of seemingly endless open fields, and you might not encounter another person for hours at a time. Mississippi. You might find it hard to believe which state grapples with some of the most severe challenges in terms of poverty, healthcare, and education in the entire country. That state is Mississippi. Despite its rich historical background and its undeniable southern charm, Mississippi struggles significantly to prevent its residents from leaving. Let's begin with the economy. Mississippi has the unfortunate distinction of having the lowest median household income in the United States. Job opportunities within the state often come with lower pay scales, and there aren't many robust industries offering high salaries and significant career advancement. As a result, many residents find themselves living paycheck to paycheck, barely managing to make ends meet with limited prospects for financial improvement. The state's educational system also faces serious challenges. Mississippi consistently ranks at the bottom in terms of school system quality. Underfunded schools, relatively low teacher salaries, and consequently poorer student performance make it one of the least desirable places to raise a family for those prioritizing education. And consequently, many young people leave the state as soon as they graduate, seeking better educational and career opportunities elsewhere.